Today's story is the star money. The star money. The star money. The star money. Okay. A long time ago, many years ago, maybe it was 300 years ago. Maybe it was 300 years ago, a long time ago, many years ago. There was a girl. There was a girl. Well, we don't know how old she was, but maybe she was 12 years old. She was 12 years old. Yes, old. She was 12 years old. She had a father. He had a father. She had a father. And she had a mother. Father and mother. Okay? But one time, her father became sick. He coughed. He coughed. And he had a high fever. And so he became sick. And he was weak. He became weak. And he died. He died. Then, a few months later, a little bit late, a few months later, a few months later, okay? That means if the father died in March, okay, a few months means 2 or 3 months later, so it's in May or June, okay, a few months later. He died in March, and then she died maybe in June or July. Mother became sick too. She became sick too. And the girl was very sad. She said, Mother, please do not die. Please don't die like my father did. But mother became sick and she began to go cough, and she was very weak. She was not strong. She was very weak. And finally, she died too. She died too. So the girl, she was only 12 years old. She was a girl, and she was not a big girl yet. She was only 12, but she lost her parents. Parent is one parent. She had 2 parents, so parents. She lost her parents. Now, because she lost her parents, she became an orphan. Orphan is a child without her parents. An orphan is a child whose mother and father died. So she is an orphan. Okay? She became an orphan because her father died first. Her father died first. Her father died first, and then her mother died next, and so she had no parents, and now she is an orphan. Well, she did not have a house to sleep, to live in. She was poor because she didn't have any money, because she had no parents, and so she was hungry, and she had no money, and she was hungry. Now, it was winter. Winter, winter is like December, January, and February is winter, I think. March, April, May is spring. June, July, August is summer. And September, October, November is fall. But winter is like cold. And one winter, she didn't have a house, and she lived outside. She slept on the street because she didn't have a house to stay in. She was a homeless girl. Now, she had a cap. She had a hat or cap. Okay? She was wearing a hat. And she was wearing a sweater because it was winter. And she was wearing a jacket. She was wearing a jacket. Okay? She was wearing a jacket. And she was wearing a skirt. Yeah? And she had a shoes. She had a shoes. Yeah? She had socks and shoes. Shoes. One shoe, two shoes. Well, this is all she had. She did not have a house. She didn't have any money, but she had some clothes that she could wear in the winter. Okay? And so she had these things, and one day in the winter time, she was walking. She was walking in a city. She was walking in a city. Okay? And then a man came and he said to her, this man said to her, "Oh my goodness, are you hungry?" He asked her, yeah, "Are you hungry? Are you hungry?" He asked her. She said quietly, "Yes," she said. She didn't say, "Yes!" No. Quietly, she said, "Yes," she said. And then the man said, "Here, I will give you a loaf of bread." A loaf of bread. Okay? A loaf means, the whole bread. This whole bread is a loaf of bread. And so he said, "I'll give you a loaf of bread." She was very happy because she was hungry. She said, "Thank you." And she had the bread, and she had a pocket. And so she put the bread in her pocket. She said, "Thank you" to the man. Now, she was walking. She was walking again. She was walking. Then came an old man. An old man came, and he was a beggar. beggar. He was a beggar. Beggar means he is also a homeless. He doesn't have a house. He sleeps on the street. He doesn't have money, so he's always hungry. So he says to people, give me some food. Please give me some food. He begs to people for money, for food. So he was a beggar. A beggar man came to her and he said, please give me your bread. I am very hungry. He said, I have not eaten. I have not eaten anything. I have not eaten anything for 3 days. Okay? He said, I have not eaten any food for 3 days. He said. The girl, felt sorry for him. She said, all right, she said, I will give you my bread. So the girl took out the bread from her pocket and she gave the bread to the beggar. She did not even think about it. She didn't think, well, should I give the bread to the man? I'm hungry too. I don't know if I want to give the bread to the man. She was not thinking. Immediately, without thinking, without hesitation. Hesitate means you don't hesitate. You just do it immediately. She did not wait. She gave the bread immediately. She did not hesitate. Without hesitation, she gave the bread to the old man. The old man said, thank you, he said. I have not eaten for 3 days. I am very, very hungry, he said. Thank you, he said. He said, I am starving. I'm starving means I am so hungry that I may die. Okay? You become hungrier, and very, very hungriest, and then you die. That's you starve to death. You don't eat for many days, and without food, people die. Anyway, so she gave the food to the old man, and the old man said thank you, and he left. Yeah? Then it was winter and cold wind. You know wind? Ooh. The wind was blowing. Wind was blowing. And it was cold. And then she was walking again on the street in the city. And then he met a little child. She met a child. And the child, he talked to her and he said, please help me, he said. He said, I am very, very cold, he said. I am freezing. I am freezing. Okay, it's like I'm becoming an ice because I am freezing. I feel like I am in the freezer. So he said, I am freezing. Please give me your cap. Please give me your hat. My head, okay, my head is very cold. He was shivering. He was shivering. Ooh, cold, cold, cold. Please give me your cap, he said to the girl. The girl did not hesitate. She didn't hesitate. She said, oh, I'm so sorry that you're so cold. Here, I'll give you my cap. And so she gave the child her cap or hat. Okay? Now, the boy, and then she was walking again, and she met another child. And this child said, oh, please help me, he said. I am so cold. I am freezing. And the child was shivering. She said, do you want my jacket? And he said, yes, yes, give me your jacket. So she did not hesitate. Immediately, she took off her jacket and gave it to the child. Now she was wearing a sweater. She was wearing a sweater. Okay, she was wearing a sweater. She was wearing a sweater. And he said, thank you. And he left. Then again, she met another child. And this child too, the child was shivering. I am cold, the child said. So she said, all right, I will give you my sweater. I'll give you my sweater. So she gave the child her sweater. Now, all she was wearing was an undershirt. She was wearing an undershirt and her skirt and shoes and socks. Soon, again another child came, and the child said, I don't have any shoes. Please give me your shoes, the child said. So she said, all right, I'll give you my shoes. And so she gave the child her socks and shoes. Now she was barefoot. She was barefoot. Barefoot means no shoes, no socks. So this is barefoot. No shoes, no socks. Okay. Now she had only an undershirt, underwear, undershirt. Okay, undershirt. She had an undershirt and a skirt, and she was barefoot. She was cold, and it was getting dark. It was getting dark because during the winter, the sun goes down much earlier than in the summer. In the winter, the sun goes down much earlier than in the summer. And so she went into a forest. She went into a forest. You know, the forest is tree and tree and tree and tree, many, many trees in the forest. She came to the forest, and it was getting dark. It was getting dark. And she was cold because she only had an undershirt, and she was barefoot, and she was cold, and it was getting dark. Dark means, the dark, it's not light. It's dark means at night, it's dark because there is no sun. The sun is gone. So it's dark, yeah? So it was dark in the forest, and the moon came up, and the stars came out. Stars appeared. And then she looked at the sky. Do you see? Okay, so she looked at the sky. This is her eye, yeah? She looked at the sky and she said, Mother, she said, Father, she said, please help me, she said. I have no food. I have no money. I have no house to live in. And I am tired. And I'm hungry. And I am cold, she said. And she said, please help me, Mother, Father, she said. Then the stars began to fall, came down. Phew, 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 phew. The stars began to fall, and the stars began to fall. Many, many stars came down from the sky to the ground. And when they hit the ground, they changed into money. The stars became money. It was gold money. When she saw the money, when she saw the money on the ground, oh, she saw the money on the ground. Okay, she saw the money. She saw the money on the ground, and she was happy. She thought, now I can go back to town, go to a store and buy a new warm jacket, and I can buy a pair of shoes. So she picked up the money, yeah? She picked up. She picked up the money. She put the money in her pocket. Lots of money in her pocket. And she went back into town. She went to a store and she said, I want to buy this jacket. I want to buy these shoes. And she bought a new jacket and new shoes, and she was warm and she was happy. The end.